So you're thinking about moving to Bend and you want to see some of the oldest houses on Aubrey Butte, actually the oldest homes. Well, we're at the West Hills. We're going to show you this really cool neighborhood. So if that sounds like something you're into, let's get after it right now.
If this is your first time at the channel, or it's your 50th, it doesn't matter to us, and you want to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living in Bend and surrounding sunny, yes, still sunny in September, Central Oregon, then subscribe to the channel, tap that notification bell below so you can be the first to know about the current market happenings here in the Bend and Central Oregon area. My name's Ryan, this is Zach. We're both licensed brokers with eXp Realty, and we've lived in Bend for over 30 years, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90, it doesn't matter to us, or you're looking to sell or buy somewhere inside the town already, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, set up a Zoom, or if you're local, let's go get coffee somewhere. We'd love to learn about your situation and how we can be of service to you. So with that being said, we're going to be touring around the West Hills subdivision right now. This is basically the foothills of Aubrey Butte, a towering butte inside the city limits that goes up about 400 to 500 feet inside the city limits with homes everywhere. There's over 1,000 home sites on Aubrey Butte, but this is the original subdivision / neighborhood part of Aubrey Butte that was developed back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and then later on all the way up the butte, going back to as recent as the 90s and early 2000s. So we're going to be zipping around here showing you guys some of these homes and just giving you the general personality of this neighborhood during this vlog style tour. So stick around.
We're going to be getting after it right now.
Okay, so we're up on Aubrey Butte. This is the West Hills here, one of the older subdivisions on the Butte. The later development took place years and years later, but these homes that we're going to be kind of zipping around today were all built back in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. A lot of them are single story, larger lots, but you're on the west side of Bend at the foothills of the south side of Aubrey Butte, and there's a lot of character here. It's just, some of these homes have been revamped, they've been renovated over the course of time, others have not, but the key here is being kind of up the slope, midway up the butte, while also having a close proximity to absolutely everything Bend has to offer.
So it's a fantastic neighborhood like Ryan talked about. You can definitely feel that the homes are older. So you see a lot of mid-century modern homes, you see a lot of farm style or ranch style houses. You don't see a ton of contemporary homes, and there hasn't been a lot of like major remodels up here, so it definitely feels a little older. Like, I feel like the Brady Bunch could have lived in here.
Yep.
But it's very quiet, but you're close proximity to a lot of the main roads that'll get you anywhere you need to get in town. The one thing I will say is that for being on Aubrey Butte, this neighborhood typically doesn't have a lot of the big massive views. One, because of so many of the old growth trees. It's also not steep enough up on the hill where you get those really steep lots. So plus and a minus, right? This area, you're gonna get a lot more yard space. They're good sized lots, and you can actually still find lots that have a yard. You know, if you wanna have a dog, or if you wanna play cornhole, different things like that, where it's not just this steep pitch, but you also don't get the big, beautiful views that most people anticipate on Aubrey. This is a more city-facing side of the Butte. So if you do have views, correct, Ryan? I'm just
Correct.
making sure. You're gonna have more of a city view.
Yep.
You're gonna look out east. On the other side of the Butte, you climb, you get to the other side. That's where you get Bachelor, the Three Sisters, all of our big, beautiful mountain views over there. So this side's great, but this area, we're not high enough up or steep enough that you're getting a lot of those beautiful views. But the homes here also a little bit more affordable than if you get high up on the Butte. The other huge plus is that you are very close proximity down to town. So the higher you get up, the more you need use for a car. It's quite a hike. I always hate when Ryan says, "Let's film up on the butte." That means I gotta walk around. I'm trying to strategically plan to make sure that we're walking in a direction that I don't have to go up more than once. So, but you've got great parks in this area. You head right down. You get onto Newport super quick. The river is not far from here. Downtown, the old mill, Cascade Lakes Highway. So much right in this area. We're actually venturing onto 12th Street here, so take you right up the hill. So we're gonna cut the video here and we're gonna head down and show you some more of the neighborhood.
Okay, so we're actually in front of a computer now. We're going to show you a little bit about where the West Hills are in proximity to the rest of Bend, to give you that feel and understanding as to where the location is. Obviously, this is a map of Bend. We've got the mountains over here, which is pretty cool. We got Bend right in this area here. And then if you look at this little green area, that is actually a park right next to the West Hills. Halfway up Aubrey Butte, we actually traversed by that when we were just out there walking by on the tour a few minutes ago. And so that gives you a little perspective as to where just the West Hills are actually located in Bend. If we were to zoom in a little bit to look a little bit closer and get some more details of Bend, this will definitely paint a better picture as to where the West Hills are in proximity to so many other things in Bend. You've got Muir Pond right here. The green little area is going to be Drake Park. And then this is the downtown area here in Bend. We're talking about the West Hills being right here. Okay, this is just a very central located area, the original part of Aubrey Butte that was developed for homes back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. We'll take a look at that in just a moment as we look at some homes that are currently for sale. But look at this central location. Newport Avenue goes right here, takes you all the way up to COCC. Eventually it connects with, say, Mount Washington Drive. That will take you up to the mountain. That will take you to Tethro, to Phil's Trailhead, all this stuff on the west side here, all these amenities. And again, the West Hills are very, very centrally located. This particular area, probably 3,600 feet all the way up to, say, 3,800 feet in elevation. The further up the hill you go, you get up to, like, say, this part of the butte at the top, more modern, about 4,200 feet. So you're about halfway up. You're facing to the south. Let's look at some of the homes that are for sale in the West Hills right now to give some perspective. There's 9 right now that are active, and they range from 750 all the way up to 1.95. $2 million essentially. So if we looked at a couple of these, let's just get a feel for it. These homes were built a while ago. So 1959, the first home that was actually was built that we're looking at today. So if we look at some of these pictures here, you can tell that from the outside, it looks like it's a little bit older, but the question is, were they renovated? Were they updated over the course of time? Most of them were. Some of them still have some of their originality from back when they were built in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s, and then many have been updated over the course of time. Obviously, this one looks like it has been given quite a few updates over the course of time while was still holding some semblance of its original design back in the 50s. If we look at another one here, let's go up to this one on Trenton Avenue. Again, south-facing slope of Aubrey Butte. Most of these homes are going to be on the slope. And what we'll see here, okay, great peekaboo views. Let's see if this home has been modernly updated. It looks like it has. Great natural lighting. I like the vaulted ceilings, and they do have great views looking outward. They're not going to be sweeping views of the mountains from one up with 180 degrees from north to south or south to north, but you're going to be able to look through certain areas of the home and the windows and just see the valley below, the city of Bend below, certain buttes below. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to have like a deck like this and be able to see some of the mountains on a clear day. Depending on where they're situated. Let's look at this one on Trenton Avenue here. Let's see. Again, more views. You can see maybe Overturf Butte to the south. Again, these are all on a slope and they face to the south. You might see some that face a little bit to the west. Great windows, great natural light in this one. You get Bachelor there. That's kind of cool. But again, these are all very original and unique from each other, and they're older homes. Let's see when this one was built. This one was built in 1993. So this one's 30 years old. It's actually newer in comparison to many of the other homes that are out there. There's one with a pool here. That's kind of cool. Let's look at this one here on Quincy real quick, and we can wrap up a little tour of what we're looking at in terms of homes available. 1984. This one is 1,300 square feet. On 0.29 acres for 1.8 million. Holy smokes, that is a asking price. Let's take a look here. Obviously, it's been renovated, it's been updated, it's got some of the original style as well that still sits with the home from the 1980s. Again, this one is 1.8 million. This is kind of cool out here. Let's just look at this one real quick with the pool. The pools in Bend are very rare, so it's fun to look at them when you see something that comes on the market. This one was built back in 1961. Okay, so a little bit older. You can obviously tell it's not a brand new design from the exterior, but it has a pool. Let's take a look here. 1961. This one is listed at just under $2 million. I think it was 3,800 square feet on a half an acre, about halfway up in the West Hills. Kind of a cool layout here. Obviously, it's not super modern. It's been updated, but this hopefully kind of gives us some perspective of what's going on. So those are some homes that are available in the West Hills. We gave you a map, bird's eye perspective as to where the West Hills are. South facing, most of the homes are going to be on a slope going down towards town facing to the south. So we're going to wrap the video up kind of touching on that concept right there. If you're comfortable living on a hillside, the West Hill subdivision doesn't get up to the very top where it's flat. It's on its way up the butte. And so most of the homes are going to be on some sort of slope, and they're facing to the south, to the southwest, to the southeast. So let's go back out to where Zach and I are touring the West Hill subdivision to wrap the video up. Every one of these driveways is literally on a slope. So we're walking by some of these homes today. We're showing you guys what these look like, but every home that we've kind of traversed by so far is either going down or it's going up. So that's something obviously to consider. Some people from San Francisco, no big deal if they're in the city there, but that's definitely something to consider. But at the same time, you're in a absolutely prime location that will retain its value over the course of time. As we traverse up this hill, getting kind of short on breath. But the thing is like, it's location based. This is a fantastic spot in Bend.
Spin around and show them this cool house. So you get a lot of these up here. Mid-century modern looking ranch style home, bigger lot, single story, big front yard, good sized backyard. That's what you see a lot here. If you spin around here, you're gonna see another ranch style house. This is all its backyard right here. Front yard, good size too. So all the lots here are really great size. If you're looking to be on Aubrey and you want a good size lot, you want to be right around that $1 million, maybe a hair under, maybe a hair over, this is going to be a great option for you. I'm glad Ryan stopped before I had to start talking because
You told me to stop.
I'm already out of breath. But we have begun our ascent, and it's quite a climb up there. So let's turn around and show them, see if they can get some perspective on.
So we're on Iowa Avenue right now. It kind of goes up, and to our left is going to be upsloping up the butte, and we're just probably 200 or 300 more feet that you'd have to traverse up to get to the very top. That's where a lot of those newer homes are. But in this little pocket of Bend, this is the West Hills, like we've touched on. It's very interesting because these homes, most of them are single level, bigger lots, close in proximity to, say, the Newport Avenue corridor, the Galveston Avenue corridor, the gateway to the Cascade Lakes. I mean, it's right next to downtown. The Old Mill District's probably 10 minutes away. Yeah, if you're in a car, location in Bend is certainly key. But at the end of the day, you're in Bend, right? People want to figure out a way to get to Bend. Even if you're on the very outskirts of the northeast side or the southeast side, you're still going to be about 15 minutes at most to anywhere where there's a lot of action, which typically is on the west side, which we're standing right now on the west side. It just happens to be a caveat that we're on a butte that upslopes about 500 or 600 feet from basically the base layer of Bend's elevation. So a great spot. If you want some peekaboo views, you can certainly find them here in certain home sites, but it's a great location. A lot of trails that are around the butte here, a lot of parks on the butte, great schools in the area.
We got
There's
two golf
all kinds
courses.
of stuff
we got
over
a
here.
public golf course and a private golf course. So we've got River's Edge Golf Course, which
Totally.
is a public golf course. And you've got Aubrey Glen, it's a private golf course.
Mhm.
Beautiful homes on both of those courses. Bend's full of golf courses. We have some of the best golf in Oregon, I believe, here. We've got Jack Nicklaus courses. We've got a David McClay Kid golf course. So we've got a lot of great golf, but two great golf courses here on the butte. Again, you need a cart for the most part for those, because they're they're so hilly, right? You're on the side of a hill where you're golfing. So, but we love this neighborhood. We wanted to show it to you. It's definitely the oldest neighborhood in Aubrey Butte, according to Ryan. I confirmed with him before we got up here. But you can just get that feeling when you come up here. A lot of the houses have been remodeled a little bit, but it's a great neighborhood. It's probably the most cost-effective neighborhood if you want to live on the Butte. If you'd like to see a house here in the West Hills, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd love to connect with you, help show you around this great neighborhood. We'd prefer to show you in the car, but if you want to walk it, we'll walk it with you. So thank you guys so much for watching. You have no idea how much we appreciate this. Brian and I have been doing this for, almost 2 years now.
Almost 2.
It's been a labor of love. We love the place we come from, but it makes us so happy when we get to hear from you guys. We get to meet with you guys. We've formed so many great relationships from the people that we've met, not only the people that we've helped purchase and sell, but just the people that we've met that have decided not to move here because it's not the right place.
Totally.
We've formed some pretty amazing bonds. So don't be afraid to reach out to us. We love meeting you guys. We love talking to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.